welcome to Candy's Crafts Corner. I'm Candy Rodo, coming to you live from New York. How are you all doing this Sunday evening? It's been raining all day here, pretty much. It's very humid, even though it's not as hot, but it's still, well, I was gonna say a pain in the neck, but it is a pain in the neck. I don't like the heat. I much prefer winter. But anyway, okay, for some reason I get my captions on. I don't know why. Okay, let me see. All right, I can see you. I can see if you're live. I can say hi and comment if you're live. I'd love to chat a little bit while we're working. And today I want to show you Christmas in July 2, episode 2. And this time we are gonna use sets that are not particularly holiday themed, but you can make them holiday themed with a little twist. Okay, so why don't we start and we get going? I hope we're live. I think so. I had my internet fixed, so we're not gonna hopefully have the problems that we had last time. So all is good. All right. So I don't know which one to start with. These are my 4 cards. This uses the Let's Go Shopping suite. It's a cute card with, you know, one of the shops, and the shop is decorated for the holidays because you can go shopping for gifts on the holidays. All right, and it has a starry night, very Van Gogh oriented. And this one uses the dice on Lazy Days. It has like the little rocking chair, but instead of using the stamp, because I wanted it facing that way and the stamp faces the other way, I used just the die, and then I put like a Christmas tree in the background. And this comes from what was it? Let me see, Winterwoods, which I think it's a retired set, but you can use any Christmas tree that you may have, or a tree resembling a Christmas tree. Then you just decorate it. This is decorated with the enamel effects paint in both the basic, is it called? Yeah, effects basics red, real red, and it comes. This one comes in. They call it black, but it's more like silver, like gunmetal, and then this beautiful pearlized white. So I used just the red, and here I used, and there's the silver, copper, and gold, and I only used the copper and the gold because I thought the silver didn't kind of fit with my idea today. And we'll do that later. And then we have this one that uses the, okay, let me find it because I have them all ready to show you. Friendship Royalty, and you see how it has the star and this swirl of stars, so it's kind of like the Christmas comet, right? So that's what I thought, and it's very simple, well, simple but gold embossed, and very effective. And then you can have some stars inside too. And my last card just finished just before I went live, so I just wanted to do something simple stamping. So this uses the Bottle Happiness set, Bottle Happiness, and instead of using this bouquet of springy flowers, I'm using the holly and the berries, berry hollies from Handmade Wishes. All right, so I'm gonna start, I think, with the shops. We're gonna go in order. This was the first card that I had ambition. And I just realized that my mat is really dirty, so I apologize. Anyway, so let's start with this one. Let me get the materials. And I think that I want to change shops. You know, like this uses the stamp set for the shops has the materials to make your own shop, and you can make like the pastry shop, or you can do the library, the bookstore, or you can do a cafe. But it also comes with gorgeous paper that I cannot reach right now, but you have to trust me on that. Well, okay, I'll reach. Let me get it because it's gonna be better if I show you. I think I've shown it before, but just in case. Here's the beautiful Let's Shops DSP, Designer Series paper. And it comes with many storefronts. Some of them have awnings and some don't, but they're all very cute. So let me see if I can just grab it like this. See, this has the ice cream store, the bakery, and then it has some other stores. This is like a Chinese food store. It has like the clothing store here, and an art supply store. Very handy, right? And then it has like the tiny little shops here. But anyway, the big ones are, and then some nice background papers as well, like this for books and things. And there was another one for food that I think I skipped, or it was the back of something. I don't remember. Oh, here we go, the food-oriented one, food scene. All right, so what I did is I just took one of these stores and I fussy cut it instead of printing and coloring all one, just to be a little faster. But, okay, here's my materials. I even made the matching envelope, and this also is in the shops. This one, the pot, and then, you know, to make it more Christmassy, I just painted it in shaded spruce, and I put some enamel effects in red. All right, let me grab this. And because it's winter, I made it snowy. So, like, you know, it all comes together with a couple of details. Well, I guess. All right, let me see. All right, so this will be my card base, and this is Night of Navy. And then I forgot to do the second layer, but I can do it right now, I think, because I happen to have a piece of white cardstock. So my middle layer, it's gonna be, this is 5.5 by 4.25, and I want just a sliver of white just to make it stand out, and I'm gonna do that at 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And you have to trust me in that because I'm cutting on my lap and you didn't see it, but that's what I did. And you'll be happy to know that I just replaced my blade, so it's now gonna cut very nicely, as opposed to last week that was all fussy. I found my replacement blade, which I couldn't find them before my life last week. Oh, I don't know why it's getting so fussy. I don't know. Can you see well? I think it's a little fussy. Okay. All right, so this is my middle layer. So let's save this for later because we don't need it right now. So I cut the awning. I wanted to do the bookstore, but the bookstore didn't have an awning, and I really wanted an awning. So I cut the awning from another store, from the bakery. Let me show you so you can see. Okay, so this is the bakery. I fussy cut the awning from this one, and I'm gonna use it with the bookstore. That's very cute, right? Because I like to give books for Christmas from time to time. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make it, I think I'm gonna change this card a little bit because this story is a little shorter. Hi, Helen. This story is a little shorter than the other one that is taller. So this one is a portrait, but I'm gonna do this landscape. Okay, so I'm gonna score. I'm trying to score where the green ends because I want that to lift a little bit. And in this case, we're gonna do something else that I didn't do in the other one. That is, like, you see how this awning has like this little scalloped edge. So I'm gonna also try to score that. We could do it by hand using your bone folder, but if you put it in the edge of your trimmer, that should work well. Yeah, I love the awning detail too. It makes it like three-dimensional. So where is my bond folder? Right here. So I'm gonna fold it like this. I did a pretty good job at scoring it not crooked, so pretty straight. And there will be our awning, and then we're gonna attach it like this to the car. All right, and it will be on top of this. Look how cute, isn't it? Anyway, so let's find my base. Don't tell me I didn't cut it. Oh well, I'll have to cut it live. So much for my prepping things, right? All right, let's bring the cutter, the trimmer, the paper trimmer, and we're gonna cut the layer where we're gonna attach our storefront. We're gonna cut it at 4 by 5¼ So this is gonna be my 4. Is this 5¼ Yeah, okay. So yes, this is gonna be my 4. I always try to cut so I save the most paper, so I don't end up with like little slivers and little thin stripes, so I can use it for something else. But that's why, I mean, I could have cut it both ways, but see, this way, this piece I'm gonna throw away. Some people save it, but I have so many little pieces, and this I still have a big piece that I can use for something else, you know, for another layer or whatever, for another project. All right, so now we have this. And this is where our store will be. And I said I'm gonna do this one horizontal. Hopefully I have enough snow. I didn't think of it. I think I will. So this is how this is gonna go. And we have our little lamp here. Let's see. And the snow. And instead of layering the snow, I think that we're just gonna put like this. Perfect. I'll have enough snow. I cut the snow, by the way. The snow is from the One Horse Open Sleigh dies, which I don't know where they are right now, but just the dies that have the little snow banks. But I cut them in this velvet white that we used to have. And it's retired. If you have it, great. If not, you can cut it from any white cardstock, and that would work as well. Hi Helen, thank you. Yes, a lot of potential. Yes. So in this case, I'm gonna I think I wanna attach this. I'm improvising a little bit because I'm changing the design of my original card, because I'm doing it horizontal now. So no, I'm gonna first attach glue the store. I'm calculating that the bottom has to be covered by the snow, but not too much. I don't want the snow to reach hasn't snowed that much in the store. But I don't want any blue to show, so yeah, it has to be calculated properly. Alright, I think, well, maybe I'll use the thin one for this one. Yes, much better idea. Yeah, so then I can put it almost to the edge, like here. Alright. So, I see somebody else join. If you want to say hi and say where you're joining from, hopefully not a place where it's snowing and raining cats and dogs like it's been raining today here in New York. Hi Joanne, how are you? And it's really humid, as I said, really humid. So now that I glue my store, I can now glue the snow. I'm gonna put it right to the edge. There we go. And I'm gonna, maybe I should mount the street light first and then attach it, because what I did with this one, this is from the dies of the shops as well, but I wanted to have some light, right? So I put a little bit of yellow cardstock, and then I color it with real red and pumpkin pie, I think it was. So orange and red, just if you want. So I'm gonna need my scissors to cut just a tiny little piece of, I think it's Daffodil Delight, this one, but any yellow would do. Put this on the side. And we're gonna have to trim it because this is a very narrow lamp. Let's measure to see if it's okay. For those of you who don't know, this is a silicone mat that is very handy when you're gluing, because the glue, see how there's glue here? You can just roll it out over like this and it peels off and it never sticks. So you're saving your working surface from getting sticky and getting the glue in your projects. So I see that I still have to cut this a little bit more. Let's see if that's enough. And I'm just putting it's so little. I didn't want that much, but let's take it off with a little bit of, see, this is why the extra little pieces of cardstock come in handy, because you can just use them to spread the glue so it doesn't come gulping out, and you cannot use it for spreading a little bit more, but I'm gonna put a little bit more here, just a little bit. All right. These little pieces, I like to use my tweezers. Because, yeah, all right, let's see if this works. Then the tweezers get a little gluey, but you can clean them with an alcohol pad, which I have to buy more. So I see that I put my cardstock just a little bit high, so I'm gonna move it because I don't want. And the good thing about liquid glue is that it still gives you the wiggle room to move things around as it dries, and I still have to move it a little bit more. Let's see if that worked. I think that should be sufficient. Yes, perfect. So I'm gonna put my lamp here, and I'll color these later. The flame in the lamp. All right. So now I'm gonna attach these. I wanted to use turn tape, but it's too narrow, I think. So I'm gonna use this just glue and see where I want it attached, so it doesn't look crooked. Could be a little higher, but I don't want it too high, so that then you see that it's not attached in the bottom. You see? So this should work. It looks very cute, I think. I hope it doesn't come out of my side too much, because we still have the frame, and I don't mind that it breaks the frame, but of course you don't want it to come out of the card, so it would be hard to put in an envelope. And I should have done something first. Well, since I'm with it, I'm gonna put the snow, my other snow bank, right here. And I should have embossed the stars first, but anyway, this way I know where my focal point is. It looks like the plow didn't do a very good job with the lamp, because there's a lot of snow on the lamp, but that's fine, I like it. And just so that my awning keeps a little bit high, I'm gonna put a couple of dimensionals, one on top of each other, so to give it more height. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take one dimension. Let me do it here. I'll take one dimensional, take the backing off, and then I'll just put another dimensional right on top of it. And I'll do this twice, so I can do it in both sides of the awning. And now this I use like a big fat dimensional, and I'll put it right underneath, and this will secure it. There we go. One in one side, and the other one. Now it's harder to put because we attach the other side, but anyway, it keeps it more secure. There we go. How do you like it so far? All right, and now we have to make this Christmas, because I said like, oh, a Christmas tree is on fire, we only have the snow. But what I did with this one, I did like a garland of green. This also comes in the shops, so we can do that. Or we can do something. Yeah, I think this looks nice. I think that looks nice. All right, let's do this then. I like it. So when something is so small like that, one thing that you can do with your silicone pad is put a little bit of glue like that, and then grab your piece and just put a little bit of glue, because these pieces are so light, they don't need a lot of glue. So that's one, and I'm gonna do the other one, same thing. See, just attach it, and if there's excess, you can just leave it on the mat, in the silicone mat. And I'm trying to make it even. I think this looks cute. Now we're gonna put, we can put a little bow that I had already made. Or we can actually put these holly leaves. These were on the clearance section. Let's see if I like it. Hi Sandy, don't worry, you're not late. You're late. You're perfectly on time, because I'm still not done with my first card. So what do you think? This bow or the holly leaves? And I'll let you think about it while I'm getting the rhinestones. Did I have them here? I thought I did. I brought the rhinestones all over here. And now I cannot find my little red rhinestones. Any ideas? Both? Huh, that's an idea. I was gonna put like the red rhinestones here. So I don't know if I have room to do that and the bow. But, you know, why not? So what I was telling you about the gold leaves is that they were in the clearance section, really, really cheap. And when I checked before, I think they're all gone. But I have extra, so if... There you go, I found them, my red rhinestones. How would they look? So anyway, if somebody's interested, really, really, really interested, let me know, and maybe I can make it happen. And where is my toothpick? Let's see. I like it, but I'm gonna put the red rhinestones here as well. Maybe I'll do what you said, Sandy. Maybe I'll do both. Why not? Oh, the bow you mean. Oh, Joanne, you said the bow. More than the... I think both will look cute. Maybe it's overkill, but I'm gonna go with both. So everybody wins. So a little bit of the glue. I could have put a glue dot actually. That would have been smarter. I think the glue dot, because this is cloth like, the glue dot is gonna work better. So let's do the glue dot. There we go, one. And these come in different sizes. I'm using the little one, this small size. So see, this is the big one. And then there's one that's little. Oh, I have it right here. And another glue dot for the other leaves. There, and a glue dot for my little tiny bow, which I actually made with this other retired red ribbon that had like the gold trim. It was called, I don't know what it was called. It was in combination with something else because this doesn't have the name. So, but it's retired, so you can use just any ribbon that you want. All right. So now that we're done with this, what we need to do is put the Starry Night. Oh, and we need a little decoration for and something else. Sorry, I forgot to put the berries on my garland here. And again, I'm gonna use, actually I'm gonna do this later because this needs to dry. So let me do the embossing first. And this one I embossed with these stars that come in the Friendship Royalty set. And it comes with this little star, which I think is very handy. And I have it already out. For once I'm ready. And I had also used these little dots, and I can't remember where these come from. And I don't even know if I have them ready. But anyway, let's use the big stars. I think that will be sufficient. Yeah, I don't know where the other stuff is. Alright, so the star, it's here. Yeah. And I'm gonna need my mat, because this is a photopolymer stamp. And it needs the cushioning. And I need my Versamark. That's the juicy ink that is used for heat embossing. So it's juicy, so the powder sticks to it. And I'm gonna think actually before I start where I'm gonna put my message, which I already had created, cut. So I don't put the stars behind it because that would be silly. So say like I do it something like that. So I'm gonna just do one star over here and another, and I'm turning it around so they're not all the same. We'll do I want, now it's 5. I think that's fine. I think that's fine because this card has more gold than the other one because we put the gold leaf, so we don't want an overkill of gold. All right, so I'm getting my powder now, gold embossing powder, and putting directly on my, as I said, I should have done the embossing before, but actually works to see where I want it. All right, so I have 5 stars. I think that's enough. Putting the powder away. And I have my heat gun here, and wish me luck, because look, I got burned last week doing the live with my heat gun, but because it's an old heat gun, doesn't have the protection that the one that we sell right now. So let me put this away. I don't think I can do the on camera stuff, the on camera melting, but I'm not gonna try because I don't want to get burned again. I'm just melting the powder with my heat tool. All right. Oh, no, this one is not done. I think now it did it. No, it's still, oh, it's hard to see because as I said, I don't have, said last week, I don't have the light here. Usually I don't do my heat embossing here. I do it under a lamp so I can see when it's done, and I think now it's done. So perfect. And then for this little piece, I reset a little bit by using my take your pick tool, the little bowl, and using the same die and put it like this. So I'm gonna get the die because I think I put it away. I believe so. Here they are. This is from the Retired Stitch So Sweetly, but you can use any other one, and the technique works with any other die too. So if you want this beveled, I think it's called beveled, like this resin border, well, actually sunken. So you use the ball of your, take your pick tool, and then you press down using the die. You see? And now we turn it away around, and voila, this is how it looks now. Then we can put it with dimensionals and it will be resin like this. I love this technique. I don't use it do it all the time, but I love it. I think it's very effective. And because this is not totally, and it seems to have a little bit of glue, what do we do when we have a little tiny boo-boo? Oh yeah, I'm glad you like the books. It's a bookstore, so yeah. The books are really cute. And as I explained, they also come in the stamp, so you can stamp and color them as you like them. But this time I use the paper, so they come all colored. So what we do when we want to hide something we don't totally like is use an embellishment, right? So why not use one of these red rhinestones I have right here, because they're handy. Actually, I'm gonna do something even more. I'm gonna cut a piece of this in a nice way, so it looks like it's a little bit of, not holly exactly, because this is not the holly leaf, but a little bit of greenery, and it will look very cute, I think. Alright, let's see how this works. I'm gonna, this piece I don't like, but there's more. Yes, here. I'm just gonna clip a little branch from the bigger branch and just do it like that. Yeah, I like it. Alright, a little bit of glue, tiny little bit. Actually, I found the other day, because you find things when you actually organize your supplies. And I find my fine tip glue. Why am I not using it right now? Because I wasn't ready for it. And I have to find it again. But I know where it is now. Alright. So how you like it? So this is an example of a set that is not particularly Christmassy, but you can make it Christmassy. And this is a little crooked. Okay, there. All right, I'm gonna just take the awning like this. So, and now we're gonna attach it right here with a sliver of white showing around the middle base. Thank you, Sandy. I'm glad you like it. Thank you for the suggestion of the bow and the holly. It kind of works. Okay, I wiggle it in place so to have it more or less centered with the show, and I don't mind. It's a little bit longer here in the white, but I don't care because it kind of goes with my snow. I can move it down, but no need. Alright, so now all we need to do is attach it to our main card base. I'm gonna use this side because it's, after I folded it, I like it better this side. Don't you always have a favorite side? I do. And now that when it's all done, we're gonna put the berries in the garland using the enamel paint effects or pearlized enamel effects. One day I'll learn exactly how it's called because I change the name all the time. Alright, so it's called pearlized enamel effects. Oh, I said it correctly. Look at that. I'm gonna get my silicone mat just to try that, and it's coming just in case if there's any drooping. Okay, so I think it's coming the right way, so I'm just gonna put a few dots, just press down and then lift, and they get round there when they dry. Just gonna put one more here, maybe should have done just 3. It doesn't matter, right? 1, 2. Right. This one got gulpy. The only problem with this, you have to let it dry a long time. Don't touch it, because I've done that before. It's like, oh, I think it's dry, and it's not. So let it dry. If you can let it dry overnight, better. Right? And make sure that you put it in a place that you're not putting something else while it's not totally dry yet. So, okay, we have to paint this, but, okay, let me grab the colors. I'm gonna use the blends, just a little dot, just for effect. And I did something else, actually. So I'm gonna put that. Oh, didn't look very flamey this time. I did it better before. Oh well. I should have used the smaller tip, but still, right? And just for a final touch, I'm gonna get my Wink of Stella, and it's barely visible here, but I put a little bit of Wink of Stella around the light, just to show that it was giving light. It's gonna dry and you're gonna barely see it, but you'll see a little bit of glitter around it. Alright, so this is my first card, and it took me long enough, but this is the most complicated one. So right now we're gonna do the other ones, and they're gonna go faster. Okay, let me put this away, and we'll move on to card number 2. And card number 2 is gonna be, okay, let me put this so I don't touch it. Card number 2 is gonna be this one. So for this one, as I said, I used the Lazy Day dies, and okay, let me find the materials here. The Lazy Day dies, and I used the rocking chair, and then I used this gingham paper that comes in all the colors. Well, not all the colors, in many colors, in some of the new core colors. And I used the Pretty Peacock because I love this color, and it's kind of wintry, it's Christmassy, to me at least. And as I said, you can use any tree. I happen to have the retired, where is it? Winter Woods, which has, it's kind of semi-Christmassy, because these are not very Christmassy to me, but of course it has the spruce, so that's what I'm using. But you can use any other tree that you want. And just to be a little faster, I heat emboss this. This message comes from the, you can use whichever Christmas message you want to put, or if you don't want to use a specific Christmas message and you want to be well, this is sending love and peace this season, you can put joy, or Merry Christmas, or let's celebrate, or whatever you want to put. We have many messages, so choose your favorite message. If you want one that fits here, even better. But if not, you can always put like a label like this and make room for a bigger message. Okay, I'm not making a lot of sense today. I feel like I am making sense, but I'm like, oh well, it happens. Yes, it's a great set, right? I like it too, Sandy. Okay, I'm getting my, if I have it here, and I don't have it here, but I have to have it here, my Pretty Peacock. And I'm gonna stamp my tree. That's another reason why I wanted my tree not to be in the center, because the center is the chair. So just to have the idea that, oh, the chair, I'm enjoying the season because I have my tree up. even though there's many people who will leave their tree up year round. And my pretty peacock is a little bit dry. You see? It's supposed to have like texture because it's one of these, it's not distinctive, but it has to have, it's supposed to have texture, the tree. But because, and I don't need the mat because it's a cling stamp and already has the cushioning. Anyway, so I'm gonna put it right here. And hope that I did it correctly. That's good enough. See, it has these white parts in the middle, but it does as the stamp itself. And if I want it a little fuller, I can do it again because I don't want a double thingy. But let me try to make it a little fuller by just layering. This is gonna go outside. I don't know. I don't dare. I don't dare. Do I dare? No. Maybe like this. Alright. Now I have extra over there. Oh well. We'll live with this. Or not. No. Let's turn it around. And I'll hit emboss it again. So much for saving time. Okay. Let me see if I can get, I don't know if it's the stamp. Maybe just rubbing it like this works better. Yeah, I think that's better. Or maybe I am getting, my stamp set is getting too dry. I want it on the side, remember, because I want room for my sentiment. And now it kind of really light. And with a line. Oh, the line is from the embossing of the set itself. Let's see if I can just grab it. Because I turn it around and when you die cut it, it leaves like a little bit of a line. Yeah. You know, I'm not happy with it, you know. Let's use it again and let's use something else. I can cut another piece of the corners of the Countryside Inn corners. By the way, I forgot to say that's the die that cuts this. That's right, I should have done that, Sandy. And color the middle, but I didn't. Alright, let me clean this. Where's my man? Here. Clean this. Cut another piece. That's why I'm going so slow today. Because I'm redoing a lot of things. And now on top of it, my surface area is really dirty. So I'm gonna just put a scrap paper that I have right here. So I don't get any ink on my cardstock. And I'm gonna die cut another one of the octagons of the Countryside Inn corners. Countryside corners. This is it. And I'm using this one. And then the second largest one for the gingham color that's already cut. So give me a second. All right, let's try this again. Now we have this. I'm actually gonna stamp with the dirty mat, and then I'll put that after stamping. And here's my pretty peacock. Yeah, maybe the piercing stamp will go well. Well, it's rained a lot in New York. See, there's something wrong with and I don't think it's the. I don't know if it's the ink pad or the stamp itself. It didn't used to do this. Okay, I think it's fine now. Second try, I'm gonna do what Sandy says, and I'm gonna use my piercing mat. I didn't have that many troubles with the first. I mean, I did it the first time, and that's it. Excellent, perfect. Finally, okay. And now I'm putting this to cover my ink until it dries. And now we have to heat emboss the message, which, by the way, I use these two. To heat emboss, we need the Versamark again. So yes, Sandy, it's raining. It's rained a lot. Now it's stopped, but it's rained all day, especially this morning and early afternoon. It's been non-stop and really heavy rain. Okay, get done with the Versamark, get my Is it still raining up there where you are, Sandy? I don't mind the rain, to be honest. I have this brush to make sure that there's no... There. Let me put this away again. It's pouring. Wow. Here it was this morning, but it seems to have stopped now. I have no idea if tomorrow is supposed to be raining again or not. Okay, I'm gonna heat emboss again and melt the embossing powder. And there we go. Pretty, And now we're gonna put the chair here. I just use regular glue. Flood warnings. Oh wow. Where are you, Joanne? I'm gonna put my rocking chair. I want to break the frame a little bit, so I want it to go out of the place. And I'll do again the same thing. I use the Pearlized Enamel Effects, but I'm gonna do that when I'm done with putting together the card, because I don't want to manipulate it. Thank you. I don't want to manipulate it with when it's still wet, because you know me. I'll cause trouble. Alright, so now we are gonna first, before attaching this, I'm gonna put this in a layer of the beautiful shimmer, fine shimmer paper, I think it's called. Also in Pretty Peacock, which was my favorite color. I was so happy that it came back. And by a sliver, I cannot use it like this. But anyway, all right. So I'm doing 5 1/4 by 4. 5 1/4 by 4. There we go. And it cuts so well because my blades are new. Yay! Because before it didn't cut so well. Because the shimmer paper has a little bit of glue to attach the shimmer to, and it left it all fuzzy with my blunt blade. So I'm putting these two together. So I am, and I could use this side too, but I kind of like the bigger gingham. Warwick, New York. Oh, I don't know why I thought you were farther away, Joanne. Cool. We're in New York State because Sandy's also in New York, and Helen is in New York City as well. So all New Yorkers so far. All right. So that's it. I tried to do it straight. Sometimes it's confusing with the lines going the other way, right? But it worked. Now we're gonna put a piece of this. This is the gold and silver trim combo. I'm using just the gold, just because. So I'm just cutting a piece, and I'm gonna, okay, let me take this off. Attach it a little farther down in the middle. I don't want it exactly in the middle. I want it a little farther down. And for this, I'm using, if I can find it, my Stampin' Seal Plus to put just like this. I like to do it like this because I can adjust it if it's not crooked, if it's crooked, you see? Because I have room to move it up or down. Like this one is a little up, so I'm gonna look it to make it more even. Let's see. Huh, that I think works. And now I can attach this to my card base, which I haven't made, but I have it right here. Pretty Peacock. This is 8.5 by 5.5, and I'm gonna score in the middle at 4 1/4. Your regular card base, right? And I'm sure you already know that in the online exclusives, we now have replacement scoring blades as well as the cutting blades for our trimmers. And since while I'm doing this, just to remind you, we're in bonus days, which means that for every $50 you spend in July, you earn a $5 coupon to use in August. How cool is that? And that includes subscriptions of 3 months and 6 months and 12 months to Paper Pumpkin as well. You can also use it for like a one Paper Pumpkin if you want, 1 month of Paper Pumpkin, and add it to other things that you have, so you reach the $50. So you can earn some rewards, and there's no limit to how many coupons you can get, vouchers. I'm gonna put a little bit of, just to keep it steady, because this is gonna be covered anyway, but just to keep the ribbon steady, just, and I don't care. I know it's like way too big for what we need, but this is gonna go here, so There we go. We're gonna use dimensionals for this. One on each corner, and of course I'm running out of dimensionals again. How long does a sheet of dimensionals last for you? For me, I think not even a week. Right? Yes, Joanna, I am glad too. The blades, the scoring blades were necessary. Yeah, the scoring blades don't wear out as fast as the cutting blades, but they do wear out, you know, so depends on how much you craft. Alright, so we're gonna put a little bit of a bow here. So let me cut another piece of the trim. And I always shoot for, especially for these little trimming ribbons, I always shoot for a little longer piece than I need to, so I can manipulate it better because they're little. So let's see how this looks. As I said, little and on camera. Not too bad. Just gonna trim the ends now. Not too bad, and I didn't even need to use my ribbon snips. That cut the ribbon even better. Okay, I'm gonna put a glue dot to attach it so it stays where I want it to stay. You don't need to, but you know. Yeah, no, I like the Joanne, I hear you. The dimensionals go very fast. And I always think I have enough because I buy them by, you know, 2, 3, 4. And then all of a sudden I run out of them and it's panic mode. Ah. Alright, so now that we're done, I mean, I have to put something inside so you can dry it, but I can do that later. I'm gonna do this first and let it dry. I'm gonna put a few red dots. I really like the enamel, pearlized enamel effects. You can use rhinestones too, but these work very well. Then I'm gonna use some of the gold ones. These are new in the catalog this year. I'm gonna leave room for some copper ones, so you don't want too many of these. Oof, this came very gulpy. Maybe one more here. Alright, so we have our trimmed Christmas tree now, and we have to let it dry to avoid accidents, right? So this is my second card, and I'll quickly show you the other two because these are gonna be fast, I promise. I said that this was gonna be faster than the other one, but anyway, it was faster than the other one, but because I had to repeat the stuff. This is very easy because this just uses a piece of, this was a, I think it was a celebration paper that was like stripes and polka dot gold specialty paper, and I heat emboss the Oh, this is for this. I'm like, what did I do that for? Anyway, so this uses, as I said, Friendship Royalty, the swirl of stars, right here, because it reminded me of the comet, the Christmas comet, and of course we have the stars. So we're gonna do that first, emboss. So there's my Versamark again. How do you know, Joanne? Yes, I live next door to the firehouse. Which is great because it saves me a little bit of money on my renter's insurance. I didn't know that was a thing, that if you live near a firehouse, your insurance is cheaper. But it's a little pain in the neck. I mean, I am so used to it, I don't even hear them. But now I'm like, why is she asking that? But of course the fire truck just came out. And I have my window open because I wanted to get some air. Not fresh, but, you know, to renew a little bit the air in my house. Alright, so this came up very nicely. Now we have to heat emboss, put the powder on. It's a lot of heat embossing today. I didn't realize that I heat emboss almost everything. But I guess like the gold embossing makes me think Christmas. So that's probably why it's my go-to. But in my last card, I don't heat emboss anything. So, alright, let's get the firehouse next door and the fire people are like fire, how you call them? So to be gender neutral. Firefighters are really nice. I'm saying gender neutral, but I've never seen a woman firefighter in that house. So they're all men. So they're all very nice. And you know, they're open all night. Like the doors are open. They're very nice to kids. They're always showing their cars and whatever. But also makes me feel safe because when you're coming home late at night, they're always there. So, you know. I mean, I feel very safe in New York City anyway, in general. My neighborhood is very quiet. Well, quiet for New York, you know, like after the fire trucks coming and, you know, like there's a lot of restaurants, but my street is nice and it's nice to have the fire department there. Okay, I'm melting the embossing powder now. And sometimes when you melt the embossing powder, the cardstock can curl a little bit, but if you turn it around, you can melt it from the other side, and then it will help a little bit. Okay, how is that? I think I need a little bit more here. There we go. See, curled a little bit the paper, even though I did it on both sides, but this goes like this. But we're gonna put this little star that I embossed in vellum here. And for this, it's very hard because there's not that many places to hide the dimensionals, but we're gonna try. So I'm gonna cut slivers of this mini dimensional sheet like that, and let's see what happens. Vellum doesn't weigh anything, so I'm trying to hide it behind the line, and this is too long, so I'm gonna cut it a little bit behind the lines that of the embossing. This one is a little bit too long, and because the vellum is so light, we don't need a lot, so I think that should be sufficient. Oops. And of course, thankfully it fell the right with the glue up, so that's good. All right. like this. Yay! I think it looks nice. And we're gonna put the ribbon here like we did the trim, same trim, just because I was using this one and it's actually in our new catalog and available if you want it. And as I said, it comes also in silver, but since I could have done this in silver actually, now that I think about it. Maybe I'll do another one in silver later this week. No, I'm not gonna put you through that. I don't have the black dimensionals. I always think like, oh, maybe I'll get them, but you know what? Since the point of the dimensionals is that they don't show, so. Oops, that's really crooked, see? Thankfully, I can move it down because I have the strip. And I think I want to move it farther down because it's too close to the... Yeah, I think it's better this way. As far down as I can because, yeah, I need room for the message. I think that's good enough, right? Maybe I should put this a little further up. I do think that the black dimensionals here, it would be the same kind of, but I don't know because I've never had them. Yeah, I'm gonna move the star up. That's better. And now this will be glued like this. Sandy, thank you for staying up late. I know this is past your bedtime usually, right? Center this on my paper, and you can use whichever paper. I just used this one because I had it, but you know, any paper that combines with the colors that it makes it a little festive will work. So whatever you have in your stash. And now we have to do maybe see if I have a smaller. Yeah, I think this is gonna work better. We have to hit emboss again. I know, I said, let me glue this and get it out of the way. The message, and I'm using this, wishing you abundant joy and peace, and that message comes from another set that I was gonna play around because it's not exactly a Christmas set, but it's actually wintry, and you can put the holly leaves. I think if you put the holly leaves and a couple of rhinestones, red rhinestones, almost everything can be. Let me see that it's correctly. Almost everything can be a Christmas, made into a Christmas thing. That's my point. Put something gold, put some leaves, like holly leaves or some stars, and it's already Christmassy. So you can convert almost any stamp set that you have into a holiday theme one. Alright, so that's my base, and we need the message, which we're using this that I told you, and that comes from Perch in a Tree. Where is it now? Up here. Perch in a Tree. It is still available, and this is the wishing you abundant joy and peace. I love this message for people who don't want the happy holidays. For a second, I thought I put the stamp set on top of my wet Pearlize Effect paint, but no, I did not. Thank God. We have. Oh, nice that you have fire department members in your neighborhood. All right, more. Oh, thank you, Sandy. I just saw your message now. It's like 8:30 is your bedtime. Woof. You and I are so different. I'm a night owl. But thank you for saying that I'm worth it. Thank you. Oh, how nice that like I'm reading in the messages because I was working and the messages came and now I'm reading the messages out of time, out of order. But Joanne, how nice that your husband was a volunteer firefighter. I think the people who volunteer to do these kind of jobs are very nice people usually, and the firefighters are. Like, I think you have to be a nice person to be a firefighter. 4:30, Sandy. My God, 4:30 sometimes is when I'm going to bed. Well, no, I usually go to bed like at 2:30, 3, but I don't get up till 9. Is this properly? No. It's so hard to see without my light if it's melted or not. I think it's melted. It melted very nicely. And what I did with this one is I fussy cut around the message itself, making sure that it's... But this needs a little bit more melting, I think. I need my light. Anyway, so I just fussy cut it like this. It doesn't have to be perfect. Sorry, I was doing outside camera. I think I've only got up at 4:30. If I had to watch something live on TV that it was from, say, Australia or something like that, or if I had to go to the airport to an early flight, other than that, 4:30 is closer to my bedtime than it is to my rising time. All right. So this is our message. We are gonna attach it again with dimensionals, and that will be our card. Should have put one farther up, but I'm gonna put a mini dimensional there. I don't have mini dimensionals, but I can cut a piece from one of these. Let's see, one of these. It's hard to see white on white on white. And with the flash, anyway, I don't like to put dimensionals on my ribbon, but this is a thin ribbon, so I'm gonna pretend that it's gonna be fine, and it is. Yay! And because it has so much gold and so much embossing, I don't think it needs rhinestones or any embellishments other than this trim and the embossing. So I think that you know, it's up to you if you want to put some rhinestones to it. I think it's good enough as it is. So let's go for the last card. I mean, honestly, I didn't want to keep you so long, but last card is a simple stamping one. And why not, right? I never do simple stamping, and you know, I thought, challenge yourself, do a simple stamping one. And I did. Thank you, Sandy. Oh, Joanne, you keep my hours? Yes, I'm a night owl. I always was. When I was studying, I always, people would just like put their alarms at 5 in the morning to study for the exams, for the same day exams. I'd rather, like get it done and then go to sleep. And if I sleep less, at least I know that I did it, And I never changed. And I was lucky that I had jobs that allowed me a little bit of flexibility and getting to the office at a later time. I mean, never had to go to the office exceptionally, I had to go for some early meetings, but when I was in Spain, I was working in a newspaper. A newspaper started later because the edition of the newspaper is, it closes till as late as possible, so you kind of have to wait. So I would go like at noon or something, but then I would stay till 2 in the morning. So for this one I'm using, by the way, let me explain. I'm talking here, but without explaining much. Hi, Deborah. I'm glad that you joined, even if late. So for this one, I'm using Bottle Happiness, and instead of putting, as I said, the bouquet of these springy flowers, we're gonna make a bouquet of holly. Right? So for this, I'm using, what did I use? I was looking for my balmy blue, but I couldn't find it. So I found my soft seafoam, something light that resembles glass, You can make a darker, you can have darker bottles. I just didn't want it to compete with the holly. So I'm using soft seafoam, and I'm stamping off once because I want a very, very subtle impression. So there, I stamped off once, and now I'm gonna put it more or less like in the center. I should have put it a little farther down, but no, we want to put our happy Merry Christmas here, so that's fine. And look at the thing that happened here. I'm gonna see if I can play with this a little bit. Even though it kind of looks like a reflection, maybe I shouldn't do anything. This is the blending brush. So if I go like this, it will give it a little bit of color. To blend the colors a little bit more. But it doesn't really, doesn't really matter because I'm okay with that. And then I'm using my holly and my berries come from the lovely Handmade Wishes, these little guys here, and these coordinates with the Handmade Tuck Punch that I love as well, and we have another set that coordinates with it too, that is not a holiday set. So let me get shaded spruce for this one. Oh, what I did the berries first. I did several, as I said, I finished this like 5 minutes before I was going live. I'm like, let me see if it works. And I did a couple of tries that didn't work. So what I did is I put a little bit of the berries, and then I put the leaves around the berries. And that worked, because otherwise it was very messy. And it came a little crooked. Well, it doesn't matter. It's a bunch of holly. It's natural, it's not symmetric. Now we're gonna use the, oh no, I have it right here, Silly Girl. I love these little leaves because they're tiny, but they have the detail of the veins in the middle, which makes them really cute. Oh, and I forgot to put the one that fell from the vase. So let me do that. This one right here fell from the vase. I'm gonna do it in the other side. There. Aren't they cute? I love these leaves. And they come in two. Oh, Candy, do it properly. See if I can align it. There. I think I should have used the little, but I had the berries on the little block, and I don't have another little block. And you can just turn the paper to make it convenient for you to see what you're doing, and just cover your white space, kind of always trying to have some leaves coming from the bunch of berries, like so. See, now we need one on this side, and I can do another one like this. And if they overlap, it doesn't matter. And just a final one, I guess. There. Okay, I think I need more. As I said, it doesn't have to be regular. Need something here. Maybe berries. Yeah, I'm gonna put another bunch of berries in there, and that's it. No, and I want something else there. All right. I think I did a better job on the other one, but I'm okay with this one. And as I said, I wanted to, you know, do something that it was just simple stamping. There, perfect. Now we need the Merry Christmas message, which I had out and I don't see it now. Where the heck did I put it? Oh, here. And I did this in Shaded Spruce as well. And I didn't say that I cut these from the Deco rectangle dies, which they're one of my favorite dies. And then I also cut from the next size over a piece of Distress Gold, also still available in the catalog. And I love this paper so much. I have more. I've ordered more already. Oops. So we're just gonna glue this. Running out of glue again. Can you believe that? Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Sandy. Glad that you like it. As I say, I usually don't do simple stamping, but you know, sometimes it's nice. And as I said, look, it's a tiny little stamp, but I love the detail that has the vein in the middle, and it looks really nice. I like it. Actually, I meant to do this other version like this, but I forgot. So anyway, we'll do it straight again. And I'm using shaded spruce as my card base. I like shaded spruce. It's a very Christmassy color, I think. Make sure it's not crooked. And that's it. And then we finish it up with some brush metallic dots. And I put one here, one here. I'm gonna put this a little farther down. And one here. And voila! Very simple, nice and fast card. If you have to make many, these cards come handy. Comes Christmas when you have to make like 80, 100 or whatever, however many you do. Anyway, so this is it. This is it for tonight. It's been an hour and a half. I don't want to hold you any longer. And let's review the cards that we made with stamps that were not Christmas stamps, but we still came up with some projects that are very Christmassy. Actually, we made this one, but it's still drying, so I hope I don't mess it up. So this was the original, and we made it horizontal with the shops. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this. Have a very, very lovely week, and I'll see you all next Sunday. Thank you for joining. Bye. Thank you for the hearts. Bye bye. Thanks.